The article, which seems to blur the lines between reality and dreams, has shaken the entertainment world with a leak from within the South Korean military. It claims that BTS members Jimin and Jungkook, two of the brightest stars in K-pop, have performed together on a military stage, alongside a mysterious female dancer who has silenced the entire barracks. Who is she, and how could this duet have happened amidst the strict military discipline that should limit any form of artistic collaboration? This question now haunts fans and pop culture observers around the world. Especially when the names PJ and JJK suspiciously appeared on an internal military performance list, many couldn't help but speculate, is this really Jimin and Jungkook? And if so, how could they have performed together when they serve in different military units, with training schedules that barely allow for artistic interaction, let alone stage performances? What makes everything more confusing, and of course more intriguing, is the presence of a professional dancer who is now in the military entertainment division. She is known by the stage name Lan, a former member of the South Korean national dance team. According to internal sources who refuse to be named, Lan is not only involved as a dancer, but is believed to be the main choreographer of this special performance. The fact that she is now in the military ranks opens up the possibility of direct involvement in this project. However, what brought everything to the surface was the rumor that Lan has a close personal relationship with one of the BTS members, a relationship that existed even before mandatory military service began. The performance, which is said to be at the center of all the commotion, is titled Hope in Silence, a short musical theater described as a symbol of the struggles of young soldiers, about alienation, losing direction, and rediscovering the meaning of life through music and friendship. According to leaked documents, the main song of the performance is titled Shadows and Steps, and is said to have been written directly by Jungkook during his training, with choreography designed by Jimin and Lan. A video lasting only 15 seconds, leaked from the training environment and circulating quietly on internal military platforms, shows a glimpse of the performance. In the video, you can hear a snippet of Jimin's soaring emotional vocals, followed by Jungkook's deep harmonies, with a silhouette of a woman dancing expressively in the background. Fans immediately identified the figure as Lan. The clip spread like wildfire in the dry season, although there has been no official confirmation from the military or artist management. Shortly after, a high-ranking officer associated with the Military Arts Division made a vague but intriguing comment. This year there will be a performance that will be remembered throughout military and popular culture history. The statement confirms that what is happening is not an ordinary performance. It was even reported that the performance would be recorded and only shown to internal military audiences. However, due to public pressure and growing pressure from the international community, the military is reportedly considering releasing an edited version to the public. If true, this would be the first time in South Korean history where two global pop culture icons in military uniform express emotional narratives through art amidst the disciplined life of the military. What makes this even more personal is the active contribution of Jimin and Jungkook in the creative process. They not only sing the song, but also write, compose, and arrange their performance. This is not just entertainment, but a message. The song Shadows and Steps, according to leaked internal demos, contains lyrics like, "In the silence of the night, I hear your steps, invisible, yet felt." Lyrics that pierce the heart directly, depicting the longing and emotional bond that remains alive even in the silence of the military barracks. However, like a light that is too bright, this news also casts shadows of doubt. Many have begun to question the authenticity of the information circulating. Is the short video that sounds like Jimin and Jungkook's voices really authentic? Or is it just the result of AI technology manipulation that can now mimic vocals with amazing accuracy? Some experts even warn that the public may be caught in a strategically constructed narrative, perhaps as part of an unofficial campaign to maintain BTS's existence during their military hiatus. The problem is, the South Korean military has not issued an official statement. Big Hit Music, the agency that manages BTS, has also remained silent. To this day, there is no confirmation, but there is also no denial. In that emptiness, rumors flourish freely. The silhouette video, leaked name lists, even vague social media interactions are read by fans as clues to a puzzle that forms one grand narrative. For some, this could be the beginning of a new chapter in how the South Korean military conveys patriotic values through art. It is known that the Ministry of Defense is developing an experimental program to introduce art as a form of emotional therapy for young soldiers. In that context, the presence of Jimin and Jungkook in such a project makes perfect sense. They are not only global icons, but also symbols of resilience and dedication. But on the other hand, we can't ignore the possibility that this is all just an illusion, an emotional commodity designed to fill the void during BTS's hiatus. In the digital age, emotion is currency, and public attention is the most valuable asset. So the question is, are we witnessing history, or are we just victims of a viral narrative designed to create false hope? This phenomenon forces us to re-examine how we consume news and information. Are we too quick to believe just because we want to believe? Are we wise enough to wait for clarification before drawing conclusions? One thing that is undeniable is the strong magnet that Jimin and Jungkook have. Even in the silence of the military, just the shadow of their names is enough to stir the hearts of millions. Will they really sing that song of hope on a small stage hidden from the world? Or are we all involved in a collective drama that is so neatly constructed that it seems like reality? Amidst the fanfare surrounding the shocking news of a secret military performance by BTS members Jimin and Jungkook, a question arises that is far more important than whether they actually performed. Is this whole story real? Or just a product of the increasingly subtle sensationalism machine in shaping public perception? This is where it is important for the public, especially you, to pause, take a breath, and look deeper behind the euphoria. Let's start with the basic facts. None of this information has been officially confirmed by the South Korean military, the Big Hit Music Agency, or any government agency. Everything we know so far comes from snippets of information sourced from social media platforms like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, X, formerly Twitter, and fan-based community blogs. Even the 15-second leaked video claiming to feature Jimin and Jungkook's voices so far does not include authentic evidence or verifiable metadata. The big question is, are we witnessing a historical moment, or are we trapped in a story made for mass consumption? It's not new that BTS and its members have become part of a global phenomenon. But precisely because of that, we must also ask, does it make sense for two global figures with different military schedules to perform in the same event? How could they both, who are currently undergoing a notoriously strict military service, full of training schedules and high discipline, be given the time, space, and freedom to prepare choreography, compose songs, even practice musical theater in such a complex format? And who exactly is Lan, the mysterious dancer who suddenly becomes a central figure in this narrative? Why is she, out of all the military personnel, the only individual said to have personal and professional ties to BTS members? How could her identity be spread without any confirmation from the military or relevant art institutions? These questions are not meant to completely deny the possibility that this event actually happened. However, these questions need to be asked critically, not because we doubt the artists we love, but because we live in an age of information full of manipulation. Remember, in the digital age, narrative is power. And whoever controls the narrative controls attention. So, when a story like this emerges, bringing together three very powerful elements, global idols, a closed military life, and the personal mystery of a woman, don't we need to be wary of the possibility that we are being targeted by a story construction deliberately designed to go viral?